This is live from New Delhi. You're watching TT India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Sakal Bhatt, and coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi meets Nigerian President Tinubu, set to receive Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger honour. Massive Russian strikes across Ukraine trigger blackouts. And US President Joe Biden to make history by visiting Amazon rainforest. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi held talks with Nigerian President Tinubu on Sunday after a warm handshake signifying close ties both the countries enjoy. Prime Minister Modi's visit to the West African nation aims to deepen strategic partnership, focusing on shared values and boosting bilateral cooperation. On his maiden visit, Prime Minister of India was officially welcomed by the Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Abuja. The visit is the first by an Indian Prime Minister to Nigeria in 17 years. Delegation-level talks were held between India and Nigeria also today, and earlier upon his arrival in Abuja, Prime Minister Modi was accorded a ceremonial guard of honour at the presidential villa. In his remarks with Nigerian President by his side, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi talked of tackling challenges like terrorism, separatism, piracy, drugs smuggling, all that together, and both India and Nigeria will work even more strongly in future as well. Prime Minister also was hopeful that the bilateral talks held today in Nigeria will open a new chapter in the relationship the India and Nigeria share. Prime Minister noted that Indian diaspora in Nigeria is crucial to the relations.
आतंकवाद, अलगाववाद, पायरेसी या ड्रग तस्करी जैसी चुनौतियों से निपटने के लिए हम मिलकर काम करते रहे हैं और मजबूती से हम आगे भी करते रहेंगे। नाइजीरिया में रहने वाले 60,000 से ज़्यादा भारतीय समुदाय के लोग हमारे संबंधों में अहम कड़ी है। उनकी देखभाल के लिए एक गार्डियन के रूप में आप जो उनको संभालते हैं, इसके लिए मैं आपका बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। मुझे विश्वास है कि आज की हमारी वार्ता से हमारे संबंधों में नया अध्याय जुड़ेगा और हम मिलकर वैश्विक स्तर पर ग्लोबल साउथ की प्राथमिकताओं को उजागर करते रहेंगे और हमारे संयुक्त प्रयासों से सफलता भी मिलेगी।
Number of MOUs in several key sectors were exchanged between India and Nigeria. Details will be known when India's External Affairs Ministry briefs the media shortly from Abuja in Nigeria. Also, Nigeria will be honouring India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi with its award, the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger. This marks the 17th international award conferred upon Prime Minister Modi of India by a foreign nation. Prime Minister Modi will be the second foreign dignitary to receive this honour. Earlier, Queen Elizabeth was the only foreign dignitary who had been awarded the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger way back in 1969. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed his gratitude to the government and people of Nigeria for their decision to bestow this prestigious honour on him.
यह सम्मान केवल मेरा नहीं, लेकिन ये सम्मान 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों का सम्मान है और यह भारत नाइजीरिया के सदियों पुराने जो संबंध है, उन संबंधों का सम्मान है और इस सम्मान के लिए मैं नाइजीरिया का, आपके सरकार का और देशवासियों का हृदय से बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
The Indian diaspora is very elated on the second highest national award bestowed upon Prime Minister Modi. Vishal Baristo of DD India caught up with the Indian diaspora in Abuja. Let's listen.
I'm here in Abuja and the mood is absolutely electrifying and a sense of great pride. And why not? The Indian Prime Minister has been conferred upon with the second highest national award of Nigeria. And I have with me a very proud section of the Indian diaspora.
We are very glad to see Prime Minister Narendra Modi over here. After 17 years, we have got our Indian Prime Minister visiting Abuja, Nigeria. I congratulate Shri Narendra Modi ji for getting the highest award. Okay, and he is the second individual who has been able to get this award, the GCON award, and it's a proud moment for all we Indians.
PM Modi has been emphasizing on the global south, the voice of global south. So this would be the perfect opportunity because any discussion about Africa without taking them into consideration, Africa not being on the table does not make any sense. The fact that we enjoy a soft power here because if you see Bollywood have an important role to play here.
I feel really amazing. I can't wait to see Mr. PM Modi. We pray that I'm in love with his dynamic personality and I pray he continue to shape India for the great. Thank you.
Modi! Modi! So this is the voice of Nigeria. This is the voice of Abuja. They are also very excited about the Prime Minister's visit here after 17 long years. With cameraman Mohan Mukut Sharma in Abuja, this is Vishal Baristo for DD India.
Let's now shift our focus to upcoming BRICS summit in Brazil's Rio de Janeiro, where the Indian diaspora in Brazil numbers around 4,000 and is mostly settled in large cities like Sao Paulo, Rio and Manaus. And in the backdrop of the upcoming 2024 G20 summit taking place in Rio de Janeiro, DD India's Gautam Roy visited Rio's Praca Mahatma Gandhi or Mahatma Gandhi Square and spoke with a cross-section of Indians in Brazil on whether India's recognition and respect stems from the apostle of peace and where does it stand today. Take a look.
The G20 summit in 2024 is taking place in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and we're in the heart of Rio right now, a place called Lapa, which is known for its nightlife as well, but it also has right in the heart of it a statue of Mahatma Gandhi, and this is Mahatma Gandhi Square, Praça Mahatma Gandhi. And a lot of people in Brazil identify India with the Mahatma. Let's find out from some of the Indians who've been staying here. How is India perceived in this day and age? Is it a land of peace because of Gandhi, or is it a land of much else, of progress, great economic growth, and people who are highly aspirational as well?
Thank you so much. India, of course, is seen as the land of Mahatma Gandhi, and the message of peace is very relevant here, and people talk about it. Also, things like our soft power, like yoga, Ayurveda, Bollywood, Indian food is quite popular, and the popularity of these things are growing. But India is also seen as a modern democracy. You know, the Indian power in the fields of information technology, pharmaceuticals, petroleums, people also talk about it. And our soft power is very, very strong here. Just to give an example, the city of Sao Paulo has 1,000 yoga studios.
The perception of India has changed. So India is very well respected now because of its power, economic growth, military power and political importance in the world. So people know about India and they respect also Indians.
I am in Brazil since last 4 years with my family. I am working in the petrochemical industry. India and Brazil have a very good relationships. They are very warm peoples. They respect Indians. They like our cultures. They like our Bollywood is a very famous here. They love the songs. So whenever you go outside in some of the bar, you can listen some Indian songs also sometimes. So they really love this one.
So that is the connect that really comes across very, very clearly between India and Brazil, lands of peace and progress at the same time. And that is what is also being hoped will take the relationship forward in not just shaping the ties between these two countries, but also a global agenda at the G20 summit here in Rio. With cameraperson Lokanath, Gautam Roy, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, DD India.
And India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will soon be in Brazil's Rio de Janeiro to take part in the G20 summit. A lot is being prepared for his arrival and stay, including a special set of dishes from his meals. DD India's Gautam Roy spoke with an Indian origin couple, Dipali and Vijay Bavaskar, who run a food business, Samosa and Company, in Sao Paulo. They say they've come to Rio to serve the Prime Minister and his core team a fusion of the tastes of India and Brazil. You too can have a taste of it.
Anticipation is building up in Rio de Janeiro for the arrival of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He will be part of the G20 summit, and we have a special Indian couple with us who are responsible for keeping him well nourished through a very busy 2 days schedule. We have with us Vijay and Dipali Bavaskar. They are co-owners of Samosa and Company. Vijay, what can you tell us about what you're going to serve Prime Minister Modi, which showcases the best of Brazil, but the essence is Indian?
Dipali and I have curated a lot of recipes, and we have brought a lot of ingredients from Sao Paulo, exotic foods. All the Indian ingredients. We have got his favorite chai, we have got his favorite namkeens, and we are going to nourish him with Indian delicacy, keeping it simple as he likes, but healthy and cooked freshly and served freshly.
Sounds great. What kind of dishes will there be? Will there be a kind of a fusion between Indian and Brazilian? Because I believe there are certain commonalities in terms of ingredients in Brazil. For example, rajma, and there's a lot of beans in Brazil.
There is beans are common, and we are trying to make one dish which is very common to Indian palate, and with Brazilian ingredients we'll put coconut milk and a lot of vegetables. The dish mainly is done with fish, but we are substituting that with vegetables, and it will remind of India as well as Brazil.
Texture, you know?
And do you find this very challenging? Are you nervous about it as well? Because after all...
No, in fact, Gautam, we are very excited because Dipali will have the opportunity to show the skills. I had the opportunity to curate the dish and ideation of the dish, and I hope he will like it. Local ingredients, the millions of years of culinary, rich practice which we are doing with spices, and I think we'll bring him India in Brazil.
Wonderful. All the best for fulfilling this responsibility. So there you have it. That's the kind of food that the Prime Minister will be shared, which will bring India and Brazil together on his plate as well. With cameraperson Lokanath, this is Gautam Roy in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, DD India.
There was a sneak peek into Indian taste and palate and curries and cuisines of India in Brazil. And now let's move on and shift our focus to some news on the domestic front, where the Indian Navy is set to conduct the 4th edition of the Pan-India Coastal Defence Exercise Sea Visual 2024 on November 20th and 21st. The exercise offers a significant opportunity to assess current preparedness of all maritime security agencies, identify their strengths and weaknesses, and enhance the nation's overall maritime defence framework. More details here in this report.
To check the efficacy of various security agencies, 4th edition of Pan-India Coastal Defence Exercise Sea Vigil 24 will be conducted on 20th and 21st November this year. The 4th edition of Exercise Sea Vigil, conducted by the Indian Navy, will span an unprecedented scale both in terms of geographical reach and the magnitude of participation, with involvement of 6 ministries and 21 organizations or agencies.
Sea Vigil is a pan-Navy exercise. It involves all the agencies and the authorities who are associated with maritime security, coastal defense, offshore security. This includes about 6 ministries and nearly 20 organizations. It is being spearheaded by the Indian Navy but has got a very prominent participation from the Indian Coast Guard, the State Marine Police, the Fisheries Department, the Port Authorities, Director General of Shipping, CISF, BSF and many other agencies.
The focus will be on strengthening the security of coastal assets like ports, oil rigs, single point moorings, cable landing points, and critical coastal infrastructure, including the coastal population. Western Naval Command is responsible for the coastal defense of the states of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, and the Union Territory of Daman and Diu. Exercise Sea Vigil 24 will be conducted simultaneously in all coastal states and the union territories of the country, wherein thorough audit of complete coastal defense and security infrastructure will be carried out.
To keep a check that our coastal line is totally secure, Indian Navy along with several other organizations are conducting Sea Vigil, which is the exercise wherein all organizations related to the sea are connected. We understand that Sea Vigil, which comprises of Indian Navy, Coast Guard, Mumbai Police, Marine Police, DG Shipping, DG Lighthouse and many more are totally involved in this, and this will take place on 20 and 21st of November, and we can understand from then that the security, the forces will be further strengthened. With camera person Gaurav Kagra, this is Shama Mishra for DD India, Mumbai.
And now on to news coming in from COP29, which is currently underway in Baku, where India has criticized developed nations for stalling progress on climate finance and mitigation. Highlighting the disproportionate impacts of climate change on developing countries, India has called out the lack of ambition and support from wealthier nations. India has also urged respect for past agreements and demanded equitable responsibility to ensure meaningful global climate action. DD India's Tapash Bhattacharya gets you more.
At the ongoing COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan, India expressed strong dissatisfaction over the reluctance of developed countries to engage meaningfully on climate finance and the Mitigation Work Programme, or MWP. India aligned its stance with the views expressed by the like-minded developing countries, LMDCs, the Arab Group and the African Group of Negotiators, or AGN. India's statement.
And now let's go back to Nigeria in Abuja. On your screens, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi being honored or conferred upon one of the highest and prestigious awards in Nigeria, the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, by His Excellency the President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This marks the 17th International Award being conferred upon the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, by a foreign nation on a foreign soil. Prime Minister Modi of India is the second foreign dignitary upon receiving this award, this honour. Earlier in 1969, Queen Elizabeth was the only foreign dignitary so far who has been awarded the GCON, or the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger. This happened in 1969, and after several decades, the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, being honoured, accorded the special gesture by the Nigerian government under the leadership of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of Nigeria, honouring India's Prime Minister with its award, the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger. Prime Minister Modi is in Nigeria on the invitation of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu on your screens. Prime Minister landed in Nigeria on 16, that's yesterday. And also to reiterate, this will be, in fact, the first visit by a Prime Minister of India to Nigeria coming after a long gap of 17 years. Only to reiterate and exemplify the amount of significance, importance and rare honor that the Nigerian government is according to the Indian top leadership. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, is being accorded with this rare honor, prestigious honor. On your screens, the ceremony, the formal ceremony where His Excellency President Tinubu awarding or honoring Prime Minister of India with this award, the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger. This being the 17th International Award or 17th International Rare Honor conferred upon the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, by a foreign nation.
The honor of the Niger से सम्मानित किए जाने पर मैं आपका, नाइजीरिया की सरकार और लोगों का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। मैं इस सम्मान को विनम्रता और आदर भाव से स्वीकार करता हूं और इस सम्मान को 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों और भारत नाइजीरिया की गहरी मित्रता को समर्पित करता हूं। यह सम्मान हमें भारत और नाइजीरिया के बीच स्ट्रैटेजिक पार्टनरशिप को नई ऊंचाई पर ले जाने के लिए प्रेरित करता रहेगा। फ्रेंड्स, भारत और नाइजीरिया के संबंध आपसी सहयोग, सद्भाव और परस्पर सम्मान पर आधारित है। दो वाइब्रेंट डेमोक्रेसीज और डायनेमिक इकोनॉमीज के ग्रुप में हम मिलकर दोनों देशों के लोगों की भलाई के लिए काम करते रहेंगे। दोनों देशों में सामाजिक और सांस्कृतिक विविधता हमारी पहचान है, हमारी ताकत है। नाइजीरिया के रिन्यूड होप एजेंडा और विकसित भारत 2047 के बीच कई समानताएं पिछले साल राष्ट्रपति तिनुबू की भारत यात्रा से हमारे संबंधों में नया आयाम जुड़ा है। आज अपने आपसी सहयोग को और अधिक सुदृढ़ और व्यापक बनाने पर विस्तार से चर्चा की। अर्थव्यवस्था, ऊर्जा, कृषि, सुरक्षा, फिनटेक, स्मॉल एंड मीडियम स्केल एंटरप्राइजेज और सांस्कृतिक क्षेत्रों में नई संभावनाओं की पहचान की है। एक करीबी और विश्वसनीय पार्टनर के रूप में नाइजीरिया के लोगों की आवश्यकताओं के अनुरूप स्किल डेवलपमेंट और कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग पर विशेष रूप से बल दिया जाएगा। नाइजीरिया में रहने वाले 60,000 से अधिक भारतीय समुदाय हमारे संबंधों में अहम कड़ी है। उनकी देखभाल के लिए मैं राष्ट्रपति तिनुबू और उनकी सरकार का हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। फ्रेंड्स, अफ्रीका में नाइजीरिया की बहुत बड़ी और सकारात्मक भूमिका रही है और अफ्रीका के साथ करीबी सहयोग भारत की उच्च प्राथमिकता रहा है। हमारे सभी प्रयासों में हम नाइजीरिया जैसे मित्र देश के साथ कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर आगे बढ़े हैं। भारत और नाइजीरिया भी मिलकर दोनों देशों के लोगों और पूरे अफ्रीका महाद्वीप की समृद्धि के लिए मिलकर आगे बढ़ेंगे। हम करीबी समन्वय के साथ काम करते हुए ग्लोबल साउथ के हितों और प्राथमिकताओं को महत्व देंगे। एक्सेलेंसी, एक बार फिर इस सम्मान के लिए मैं 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों की ओर से बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
All right, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi there making his remarks upon receiving the grand honor, the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, the second highest award of Nigeria. And on your screens you can see the President of Nigeria conferring that great honor upon Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi. Prime Minister in fact started his brief speech by accepting the honor with an, I quote, gratitude and all humility. Prime Minister Modi dedicating this award not only to the 140 crore Indians back home, but also dedicating this rare honor to the growing ties between India and Nigeria. In the words of Honorable Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi, Prime Minister also mentioned that how not only this award but his visit is going to only elevate the relationship between India and Nigeria to new heights. Prime Minister Modi also spoke about how India and Nigeria are two vibrant democracies and also pointed out various commonalities between the two. He also spoke about the renewed hope agenda of Nigeria, how that is going to work in tandem with the Viksit Bharat vision of India. He spoke about the diaspora being an integral part as far as the growing ties and the warming of ties between India and Nigeria is concerned. Prime Minister outlined the role of Nigeria in African continent and also how India is committed to walk shoulder to shoulder with Nigeria and take this cooperation to next level. And towards the end, Prime Minister specifically spoke about how Nigeria and India have identified their shared vision and priorities to further the interests of the global south. Okay. So with that, that's all for this edition of DT India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can go to our website. You can also get us latest news and updates. This is the mobile app you can download on your phones, Android or iOS. Scan this QR code. I'm going to take a short break here. On the other side, our special programming continues on the other side, tracking the visit of Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi to Nigeria. Don't go away. Stay with us.